Le'Veon Bell's not going to camp with the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's a number of things that it means. We're going to talk about them right here. This is a little bit of a different episode, not on the Chiefs, but if you're new to the channel or you just found us, it's about the NFL in general and the impact that things have around the league. If you just found me for the first time, click the subscribe and hit that little bell notification and you'll find out more. Would love to see your comments, so please leave those as well. Now, Le'Veon Bell has been hit with the franchise tag again. And what that means on the long haul is that he's probably done with the Pittsburgh franchise after this season. Animosity aside, there are a number of factors, and that is that you can't pay and tag to pay another running back another year for more money over and over and over. And what it's going to lead to is that it's probably not negotiable. They had their chance, it didn't work out. Now, there are folks that are going to say, hey, he could still come back with a more reasonable number, and that may be true. But there's a couple of factors here. One is that for Bell, he wants to be paid like he's not a running back, basically, which I personally don't agree with. At the running back position, you're expected to make catches. You're expected to be able to be a little bit more versatile. Trying to act as though you're the jack of all trades, Swiss Army knife kind of thing, that's all well and good. But when the other elite running backs are making in the $6 to $8.5 million range, looking at 15, I think is way out of the market. And I don't think for a guy that's going to be 27 years old come 2019 that he's going to be in a position to actually get that from any team, let alone the Pittsburgh Steelers, who I believe this is probably the last straw holding the bridge together, and the fire is almost out. Now for them, they got to be looking at a guy at that age that doesn't create as many opportunities by himself. Yes, he catches the ball well, and his play style, that hesitation back and forth behind the line, is important for his style, but it requires a line that's a good blocking unit. And for a team that might be moving on in another direction at some other positions in the years to come, paying him that kind of money for that kind of term is really not an option that is going to work for them. So I don't see a reconciliation between Bell and what's going to happen in Pittsburgh. I think his Steeler days, enjoy it while you got it. I do think he will play the season. I know there's rumor that he may sit out the majority of it, but he's going to be looking at losing over $800,000 per game check. And I just don't think that's something that you can really stomach, no matter what position you're in as a running back. You got to get your licks in, you got to get another year accrued, and you got to be able to move on. Do I think he's worth that kind of money? No, I think he probably ends up signing somewhere in the 8 to 10 range a year from now with another team. Now, what that means, where he might land, I think there are a couple of options that look really intriguing. Teams that can afford to pay him, that might be able to just get away with a 3-year contract or enough guarantee to be out of it in 2 or 3 seasons. One of those being, across town or across division in Baltimore. I don't like their running back group. I don't think they're looking at being able to really run the ball well. Flacco's aging as well, and maybe you're looking for somebody who can catch passes, but somebody that can get behind a Yonda-led line and be able to run is something that might bridge that gap for the Ravens. And everybody likes to stay in division and get back at their old team. So if there's a landing place within, I think that might be it. The other team that I like for Bell in 2019 would be the Indianapolis Colts. Chris Ballard has seen his fury firsthand when he was with the Chiefs, and I think Ballard might have an appreciation for what Bell does, enough to give him, like I said, a 2 or 3 year contract, but I think that will be the extent of it. You put that kind of backfield with what they're doing in Indy and trying to get back to help Andrew Luck, and I think that's a big plus for them. So look for them to maybe be an active player. And if he were to come to the AFC West, and if you're new to the channel, you probably don't know that this is a Chiefs-oriented site specific to the AFC West overall. And I think there's really only one team that could really make a good run at Bell in 2019, and that's the Denver Broncos. They can clear a lot of room with a couple of aging wide receivers, a linebacker that probably could come off the board. We were looking at positive numbers out of the releases, 30, 40, 45 million in cap space once they make a couple of maneuvers. It is something that they feel they have the young receivers. They just drafted Sutton and Sean Hamilton, and they have the elder statesman in Keenum at quarterback. If they feel they need to make a run right now while they have Von Miller on the other side, as well as Chris Harris and some of the other guys that are in that window for a Super Bowl, they may decide to make a run at Bell. And if they did, they have to improve their offensive line. That would go hand in hand. You're going to see some draft picks and some other probably free agent acquisitions. But Denver's the place that I think you could see him land in the AFC West. And if it isn't there, I don't think you're going to see it anywhere. So that's an initial reaction to the news about Bell. Quality running back. Let's see how much he does once he gets back into the fold, which will probably be the week prior to week 1. And we'll update you then. We'll see if anything else unfolds. Thank you for watching here. Leave your comments below and make sure you're subscribed. We're going to cover the entire league this year. Heavy emphasis on the Chiefs, but I'll also do videos across the league as well. So look forward to that. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.